So, what's going on, GeoFuck Side Perspectives? And I've been meaning to make this video for a while. There's a lot of anti-LGBTQ plus legislation being passed, a lot of anti-transgender trans legislation being passed. I mean, we're literally being written out of public context. We're literally facing genocide. They're making laws where, hey, guess what? You can't have health care insurance. You can't get gender affirming care for adolescents, youth, and adults, people who are 18 plus, who can make their own decisions with consent, informed consent, and we're being told that we don't have access to making those decisions and having bodily autonomy for ourselves. And what gets me is we're also being accused of being sexual abusers and child molesters and child groomers and predators. And once again, your average sexual assaulter, sexual abuser, molester is typically a cisgendered man, a cisgendered heterosexual man at that. Every time you turn around, whether it's a police officer, a school teacher, a parent, a father, a pastor, a minister, the Boy Scouts, the counselor, the clergy, the priest, they're the ones going around molesting, raping, and sexually assaulting children, youth, adolescents, and they're also the ones that are typically going around and sexually assaulting adults. It's a cisgendered heterosexual male. Yet nobody's creating laws to ban them from existence. Nobody's creating policies and legislations to write them out of existence. Nobody's creating genocidal commentary and content and repeating it over and over and over again. And what's wild is it's also cisgendered men and cisgendered heterosexual men who are typically your mass shooters, your serial killers. Yeah. When women are in relationships with these same cisgendered men, they're more likely going to be the victim of murder. They're more likely to be killed by their partner when it's a cisgendered man. Yet, nobody's making laws to eradicate them. And a lot of this just goes to show you how sexism, misogyny, patriarchy, homophobia, transphobia, biphobia, hate, and ignorance is allowed to pollute the minds of people. We have data on data on data, and information will be in the description box below because you know me, I come with receipts. I come with fact checks because I'm not here to spread misinformation, aka fake news. It is what it is. Data is out there. Statistics are out there. Articles and research is out there. So it's really wild to me that, as an born intersex, transgender, transmasculine man, there's various states that I know that I will never be able to go to. States that my ancestors and grandparents are from, and we would have family reunions, but there's no way in hell I would ever go there to visit because, I can't go to the bathroom because if there's a adolescent or a youth or a child that happens to be in the same bathroom, a public bathroom, a public restroom, and they happen to be in there while I'm going in there to go to the bathroom, to urinate, to take a number 2, I can potentially be arrested for, simply because I'm intersex and identify as an intersex trans man. And then a lot of people have this idea that, oh, well, I'm a cisgendered gay. I'm a cisgendered bisexual. It doesn't matter to me because you know what? That's that trans stuff. Honey, if they're coming for us, they're coming for the rest of the rainbow delegation. If they're coming for the T, they're also coming for the rest of the alphabet, honey. They're coming for all of the alphabet warrior mafia gang, the LGBTQIA+. They're coming for all of us. We're literally facing genocide. Every day you have trans women, trans feminine people, in particular black and brown trans women, black and brown trans feminine people who are literally being murdered, killed, slaughtered, assaulted, beaten, simply because they're trans, because they're trans women, because they're trans feminine, and they're black and brown. You have children who are having suicidal ideations because of the environment and the climate, the political and social climate that we are currently living in. Everybody wants to scream how they're pro-life and they're all about freedom and rights and blah, 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 justice and blah, 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 but then they have no problem with taking it away from LGBTQ plus people, from transgendered people, from intersex people, from women, from children, from black, from brown, Hispanic, Latino, Asian, Native American, indigenous, lower income, working class, poor, impoverished. Again, if everyone is pro-life, then why wouldn't you want us to have rights and access to health care, and access to housing, and access to clean, suitable drinking water? Why wouldn't you want that? You know, why wouldn't you want that for everybody? You know what I mean? Like, why are we so against that? Bodily autonomy. Like, again, I can't go to Texas. I can't go to Florida. I can't go to Mississippi. I can't go to Alabama. I can't. There's so many states where I can't go because I don't have rights. And then they're literally working by state to state to state, passing legislation to ban people like me. I didn't ask to be born intersex. I didn't ask to be gay, queer, pan. This is just who I happen to be. And because of because of a small part of who I am as an individual, I have to be on my P's and Q's. People are literally discussing backup plans on how they're going to flee different states to how they're going to flee the country. Can we get passports? Can we get our birth certificates updated? You know, and then if we have the privileges, because those are privileges, everybody can't get a passport. Everybody can't get their legal documentation, such as their identification and birth certificates updated. It costs money. It takes time. It takes energy and resources. You know, I paid over $350 plus in 2019 to legally change my name, update the information on my license, my social security, to update and correct my gender marker on my license and birth certificate and my passport. I recognize my privileges. I understand the privileges that I have. I recognize my blessings and my privileges. But no one should have to flee states to get access for health care, rights, freedoms, justice, equity, equality. It's just absolutely ridiculous at this point. Like, we should not have to be sitting up here worrying about the things that we're worrying about. But this is what it's like living in fascism. We've been living in fascism since day one, and things have just become more and more and more in your face directly. And then you have all of these cisgendered people, whether they're heterosexual, bisexual. You have cis LGBTQ plus folks and you have heterosexual cis folks who are also just oblivious to the blatant discrimination, disrespect, violence, and genocidal tactics and policies that are being placed to eradicate transgendered, intersex, LGBTQIA plus individuals. There's somebody that you know that's a part of the community. And when I say community, I'm talking about the L to the G, to the B, to the T, to the Q, to the I, to the A, to the plus community. Yes, there's people that you know and love, people that you're friends with, people that you have in your family that are a part of the Rainbow Delegation, the Alphabet Warrior Mafia crew, that are going to potentially be discriminated against, denied access to healthcare, jobs, shelter, rights, people who are being murdered and killed, people who are going to be potentially killed and are going to suffer, that you claim to care about. So we're really at that point where people need to wake up and speak up. If you claim to be an LGBTQIA queer, gay, what have you ally, then you need to allow your actions to be louder than your words right now. If you have access to additional funds, money, resources, support, connections, you need to be lending the helping hand at this point, because we're literally facing genocide. These are dire situations. Everyone wants to say that we have the right in the USA to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But oftentimes, if you're not a part of a particular demographic, then that's simply just a saying, because it's not really implemented well in practice. Right? It shouldn't just be about cisgendered, heterosexual white men with money who are able-bodied and Christian or Protestant. Those rights, freedoms, resources, support should be for everybody. So I just wanted to say that protect trans kids, protect trans adults, protect trans people, protect LGBTQIA plus people, protect disabled people, protect people who have mental disabilities, physical disabilities, protect the elderly, protect the middle-aged, protect the youth, protect the poor. That's just it. There shouldn't be anybody poor. There shouldn't be anybody poor. We shouldn't allow poverty, but information is in the description box below, and by all means, you have every right to look up things on your own, to do your own investigations, to do your own research. But of course, I like to provide information to back up what I'm talking about. Again, now is the time to speak up and be a real ally. Let your actions speak for you.